Hey everyone, Tim Holm, Watsonrealtycorp, your home team. This is buying and selling a home is easy, right? I don't think so. Today, let's talk about the market and what's really going on. So, today, let's talk a little bit about the market. There's a lot of factors that are going on, especially in the Jacksonville market here. Right now, we have so few of the properties that are available. It's making it very difficult for everybody. And what's going on is a lot of people are putting in offers, and it's turning into multiple offer situations, which we've talked about in a couple of videos so far. The problem about doing multiple offers is if you're competing against somebody else who has more money than you, you're going to lose. So we're trying right now to figure out a way of helping you understand what we need to do in the future. Now, this is just an opinion. This is not based upon complete and utter facts that I'm seeing or anything else like that. This is just based upon things that I'm seeing in the market as to what will need to happen to make it so it's not as hard for you to get a house, or to make it fair for everybody who's trying to buy a house, or to have a way of listing your house and making it much easier and a lot less stressful than having 12, 15 offers that come in. The first thing that I see that needs to go on is the interest rates need to change. I know a lot of people like the fact that the interest rates are so low, and I understand that the value right now of what you can buy is incredible. But the problem is, by having those low interest rates, it's allowing people to refinance instead of actually sell their home, which is where they are normally doing it, and that's how they're able to get the properties available and on the market. So if the interest rate goes up, what happens to a buyer on a $200,000 house? All of a sudden they're not able to buy a $200,000 house. It ends up going down to 175, maybe, depends on how much the interest rate changes. If the interest rate goes down, then obviously a $200,000 buyer can go almost up to 250. The same thing happening on somebody who has a $400,000 house. If the interest rate goes down, they can get almost a $450,000. If it goes up, they can almost get a $350,000 house. So what happens is you have more buying power if the interest rate is low. Well, it also is helping out those people who have a house right now and are wanting to try and lower their house payment. If somebody is trying to see which is going to be better for them, and they find out that, hey, you know what, I could stay in this house, I'm good. We've already sold our house, we already bought our house, we already did everything we were supposed to. We weren't going to try and move last year anyways. The pandemic just basically decided that, you know what, we're okay where we're at. Well, what happened is a lot of those people that normally would sell their house and try and capture their equity out of it because the interest rates are low, now they're refinancing. And I've talked to numerous of the lenders that I have on a list of lenders that I use. Every single one of them is telling me that all the properties that they're doing right now, they're not home sales, they're not purchases. What's going on is majority of it, almost half of it, is actually turning into a refinance. Even my mother-in-law just refinanced. I have two friends just refinanced. I just got off the phone with somebody that I was trying to get a listing for, refinanced. So all these things are affecting what's going on. So the number two thing that I think that needs to happen is, and I hate to say this, I really don't, so please don't beat me up in the comments down below. I really think we need to stop doing the moratorium on foreclosures. And yes, I feel bad that a lot of people have lost their jobs. I feel bad that a lot of people are not able to pay their bills. It's nothing that I can control. So please don't blast me in the comments and complain to me about all that. But the bottom line is this: if the pandemic didn't happen last year, there are still some people that would not have the ability to pay for their house, and they would have foreclosed last year instead. By having the pandemic there and having all these other people that are now not able to afford their house, it's going to make a lot more people have the chance of having a foreclosure, unless you can do a forbearance, unless you can do something else. And I'm not going to get into a forbearance. I'd rather have a conversation with a lender on that as to what happens and how that's going to happen. But ultimately, there's a lot of short sales and a lot of foreclosures that are not happening right now. And because of that, the investors that would normally come in and buy up those simple properties, and we're talking anywhere from 500 to 2,000 homes, that some of them need some help. Some of them need to have some assistance. Some of them, they just want to get it out from underneath them, and they're willing to sell it as a short sale. Without those being there, and the properties that do need a little bit of help, and the investors can come in instead of spending the $300,000 on the house and getting it for $225,000, that $225,000 will actually help them out. They'll be able to paint, put a new carpet, put a new flooring, change out some things, maybe an air conditioner, water heater, roof, or something like that, and then put it back up on the market. And again, it's another house for sale. Well, without those foreclosures and without that going on, the investors right now, instead of actually reselling them, are buying and holding. So that's affecting us. Without those homes that are foreclosures, those are not up for sale. So that's decreased our inventory right now. And as I said, I'm not hoping that anyone ever has to foreclose. I don't want to ever have that type of a situation in which you no longer are able to afford your bills or whatever the situation is. I mean, I feel bad for all those people that have been that way. So please, again, do not blow me up in the comments down below. The next thing that needs to happen is the people need to stop asking for too high of a price. If a house comes on the market for $300,000, the offer needs to be $300,000. We need to stop doing the $330,000 and saying closing costs are this or that. If you cannot make that type of a payment and cannot do all that stuff, when the appraisal comes back, and I did another video about appraisals, if the appraisal comes back and it's not right, what's going to happen is you have to go back to the negotiating table, and then it turns into a problem for you. So if you're not able to agree to terms, then all of a sudden it comes back on the market, which is great, it comes back on the market, but then you're back to the same thing again. You're multiple offers and it's blowing back up, and the appraisers are starting to have issues and headaches because they're busy enough right now without having to do another appraisal on or something else. So please stop doing the actual over the price asking for $30,000. Okay, if you want to spend an extra $5,000 on it, great, no problem. That's the same thing as me going in and a price of something should be $1 and I say, hey, I'll give you $1.10 for it. Okay, great, fine, go ahead and do that. But don't give $5 for something that's only worth $1. It's too much, it's too many. And the other problem is the realtors that are the listing agents need to go and talk to the sellers about this. Be realistic about the price and be realistic about what's really happening. And it's not happening, trust me. There's a lot of realtors out there that are getting greedy because they see it's going on. And if you're a listing agent, you've got a piece of gold. If you're the buyer's agent, you're running around ragged and killing yourself right now. So hopefully the majority of the people out there are not just one. Hopefully they're both. So they're still able to get some money. But it's still affecting everybody. Another thing that needs to happen is we need to try and control what is out there. The marketing, everything else that's coming in. It's great having these iBuyers that are coming in there to try and help us buy and sell the houses, but they're not helping us. They're actually hurting the realtors who are out there trying to help you sell your house. Instead, they're coming in and trying to nickel and dime you. You feel that you're getting a better investment, and in the long run, you're not. So we'll do another video on those altogether. Another issue is the price of new construction. For a long time there, it used to be that you were able to go into some of the smaller builders or some of the mainstream builders, and I'm not even talking about high-end builders. I'm talking about like the D.R. Hortons, the KB, the Richmond, Dreamfinders, those type of places, and they have a little bit of inventory that's there. And without the full-blown inventory that we normally have, these people are now having to go through and have a waiting list because there's just nothing available. And of course, the price of timber going up, the labor force not getting back to work is not helping us out. And I'm not just talking about here in Florida. There's other places in the country that are having the same type of issues, and I understand how hard it is to try and get people back to work and what's going on. And a lot of that has to do with the state laws and what the government can actually do. I'm not getting political. I'm not going to get into that at all. I don't want to talk about politics, but bottom line is eventually we are going to have to get back to where we should be and get the products back to the market where we need to. and be able to actually build houses as fast as we need to. Just don't shortcut. They ran into that back in 2006 to 2010. We were getting Chinese drywall. We were getting crappy siding. We were getting stucco issues down here, and stucco is not something that's... Stucco is originally designed for the West, not here in the moist, damp air that we have. It's more of a dry air area, so it stays hard, it stays rigid. We don't have to worry about the moisture getting in and actually causing problems. But again, that was back in 2006 to 2010, which we had so many issues with it, and now we're having so many litigation issues with some of these properties of what's going on out there. It's just becoming a problem for us. So I mean, these are just a few items that I wanted to kind of discuss with you today. Just a kind of a quick little video about the market and what we really need to kind of happen in order to try and get back to normal. I promise you, it will get back to normal. Interest rates are already starting to go up. We're already starting to see a little bit more of a slowness. Not as many people out there are buying, and not as many people are selling right now, but not as many people are buying. So it is affecting us a little bit in the marketplace. I do feel that there is going to be a change pretty soon. I'm not saying next week or next month. I'm saying possibly by the summer or by the end of the summer, as we get more people that get the shot and we get back to normal life as much as we can, or as the government starts lightening up on certain things and the pandemic slowly starts going away, I think we will actually see a transition back to somewhat normal. Will there be a pop? Will there be a balloon break? I don't see that. I think it will come in, but I don't feel that it's going to be a complete major change like it was back in 2006 to 2010. I don't see the market is going to go crash. Hopefully we're going to be able to just kind of flatten out the curve on not only the pandemic stuff, but also the market and how much we need on the product that we have out there, how many homes are available. So please, you know, if you like this video, please comment down below. Again, don't blast me. This is just an opinion. This isn't anything about facts, figures, or anything else like that. It's just my opinion as to what's going on. But yeah, just if you like to comment down below. If you like the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you end up getting notified on the next videos that I end up posting. I'm going to start posting these a lot more. Hopefully you like this video. This has been Tim Holm with Watsonrealtycorp, your home team. This is buying and selling a home is easy, right? Not really.